this dictation on constitution. So ready? Start. When we go to directive principles of state policy, we have the picture in the original copy of Constitution of India, which is indicating Lord Krishna giving his advice at Kurukshetra to Arjun, and you all know it. Why you have not been able to see it because it is not the part of the books in the market. I think that the Honorable Minister will take initiative to ensure that the country is made available in authentic form, and only that constitution which has been given to us by our founding fathers, and it was amended further, that will have 22 miniatures. We need to be extremely alert, and apart from our fundamental right as to fundamental duties, it is time for us that we must turn out to be very good citizens. I am from that perspective, and I will make an appeal about the task an individual can do. An individual must immediately read the fundamental duties given in the Constitution. Read them, and when you will read 11 fundamental duties, you will find that these are fundamental to our daily life. It takes no expense, and we can do it. We must always take pride in being Indians. When the Constituent Assembly was in progress, we had the division of the country. They were fired by the zeal of nationalism. They faced some of the greatest issues, and the main issues were of language and of boundaries. They overcame all those things not by disruption, not by disturbance, but by dialogue, debate, discussion, and deliberation. When I entered the premises, I had the good fortune to be blessed when I paid my tributes to the architect of Indian Constitution, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He means a lot to all of us. Not only he was architect of Constitution of India, but his rise to the position was not easy. It was very difficult, and he faced great problems. When I became member of parliament, and that was long time after we adopted the Indian Constitution, I looked at the list of those who had been given Bharat Ratna. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was not one of them. It was my good fortune to be part of that government and part of the parliament that did justice to one of the greatest sons of Bharat by awarding him the Bharat Ratna in 1990. he should have been awarded Bharat Ratna much earlier in the same stream as indicated by the Honorable Minister, and for the same cause a great justice has been done to another great son of the soil from Bihar, that is Sri Karpuri Thakurji. These two personalities were entitled to the highest civilian award during their lifetime. It is a great occasion to remember those who made us proud Indian. It took so long to remember the contribution of Netaji, but it is very peaceful to note that in past decade justice has been done to him in various ways. Visit of the Honorable Prime Minister to Andaman and Nicobar Island took place. Prime Minister was there, and it is a great recognition for our heroes of freedom. The list is long, but our boys and girls came to know as if it was in single digit. Look at the way we have put our Bharat on global platform. Yoga is something which we had in us for thousands of years, but gratitude to Indian Prime Minister, and he is the Prime Minister of a country which is home to 1/6 of the community. This is the gratitude to our Prime Minister that he could make this declaration in United Nations in the shortest time, and the largest number of nations came forward to support, and 21st June is International Yoga Day, celebrated in every nook and corner of the planet. The premises were of the United Nations, and it was our Prime Minister there, and we had the good fortune that the entire world participated. I was there at the national event at Jabalpur. It was a great day. Look at another great milestone. In space on 23rd August 2023, we landed on the south pole of moon. Look at another significant day. We waited for so long to do justice to half of humanity, and in the last 3 decades efforts were made to secure justice to our sisters and mothers. They must become participants in the governments by way of constitutional mechanism that was expressed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji. Our constitution is spinally very strong. If we look at our constitutional journey, we did have a dark chapter which we can never have now. No one on the planet can generate a system, a mechanism, an ecosystem depriving human rights, putting people in jail by thousands with no rights available to them. I am referring to the declaration of emergency. I want boys and girls to know when the president signed it, what power it had, how this could have happened, constitutional prescription is loud and clear that the President is bound by the advice tendered by the Council of Ministers. That was the darkest and shameful period of history of our constitution. This has changed the entire landscape of our business as well as our governments. This was also at midnight. We should never be against of criticism because criticism helps us as well as the criticism is positive and criticism gives us the energy. It reflected the will of the framers of the Indian Constitution. I am pained and I will appeal to the Honorable Law Minister that the young boys and girls are not exposed to the Constitution of India, which has been signed by the members of the Constituent Assembly. That document is a different one. That document contains 22 miniatures. I saw what was there in a pillar at Somnath. It was there. If you look at those parts, they reflect our ancient civilization also. You cannot claim to be living in a democracy if you do not enjoy the fundamental rights. Emergency was the darkest period because fundamental rights were destroyed. Stop.